Hi, I'm Jenny, and thanks for stopping by the Unconventional Homestead. I'm out in our garage because I'm prepping trays for Nellie again, our Harvest Right freeze dryer. I'm in a collaboration this month, May of 2023, with Natasha from the Budget Preppers. Wonderful collaboration. May it last, long-term food storage. It's awesome. Long-term storage can mean so many different things to different people. To me, I've said this before, it means it's going to last longer than if I didn't preserve it. I love saving money at the grocery store and preserving that food. I love saving food that is almost about ready to have to be tossed in our compost, but I save it just in the nick of time for the freeze dryer. Save it from the compost is what I meant to say. And our seasonal favorites. So make sure you look at the playlist for the collaboration. So there are so many wonderful ideas out there of things that people are doing. And it's always great to get other ideas so you can learn a few new things. So last week at our store, they had frozen vegetables on sale. So I went and I bought quite a few bags of peas, because last week, I think it was last week, might have been the week before, I made a tuna noodle casserole. Make sure you look for that video. Eventually it'll be up. I have a few extra videos that I need to edit, but I opened some freeze-dried peas that I had purchased on Amazon before we had Nellie, our freeze dryer. And I almost had to use 3/4 of a can. And I want to say, that was $15. Now, that was a great price. And if I didn't have Nellie, I wouldn't think twice about it. But because I have Nellie, I'm like, I think I'd only have to use 4 bags of these, which would be just a little over 1 tray. And that would be less than $4. Actually, closer to $3. So, do the math. I'm saving some money and I definitely needed peas for my food storage. So I've already got 2 trays in my freezer. I usually fill in my kitchen, but I'm doing it here in the garage because I freeze it in a refrigerator freezer. It's a lot more stable, flat. I have 2 upright freezers, but those are wire mesh trays or shelves, and if I'm doing something liquidy, not a good idea. So let me bring you down here, and I'll show you. I just have the bag of peas over here. I'm opening them, and I'm pouring them on. So I'll be putting these in Nellie tomorrow morning before I go to work. They're already frozen, but I like to have as much ready as possible because, as you know, if you work outside the home, the mornings can be just a wee bit crazy. And I try to avoid that at all costs. So I actually, when I bought these peas, thought that 3 bags would fit on each tray, but it's really about 2. Oops, and now I have some peas that I could throw out for whatever creatures are out in our garden, and maybe they won't bother our garden. I dropped some. Okay, so I put lids on them, and I'll put them in the freezer. So I'll meet you back here tomorrow morning when they go into Nellie, and I'll bring you back when they're done. It's the next morning. We got 4 trays of peas ready to go in Nellie. I came down earlier, about an hour and 17 minutes ago, so it's been cooling. It's down to 14 degrees. This is perfect. It should shorten the amount of time. Here they are. Let's fill her up. I use peas for, well, tuna noodle casserole, but there's some other casseroles as well as, I think, a soup. So I don't use a ton, but these will come in really handy and much, much more cost effective. So I will bring you back when Nellie is done and an extra dry time. I'm gonna put my window pad in. Again, remember, this doesn't come anymore with your freeze dryer. I am going to make sure I close the drain valve. I have done that before. It doesn't work. And then I'm going to press continue. And it went to freezing. So I'll see you back here in probably 24 to 36 hours. Nellie's done. It's about 36 hours. I had some extra dry time I did not add into that total for the peas. So let's bring them out and see what we got. So I hit cancel, and then I'm gonna open up the drain valve. I've decided what I'm getting ready in my freezer tonight. That'll be my next video, so we will start that. So my choices again are no defrost, more dry time, or defrost. I do not press any of those buttons till I'm done with all 4 trays, completely done with all 4 trays. Oh, they're beautiful. Nice and airy, and let's bring you down so you can see. So this is a, we'll just bring you down. This is an 8-quart Cambro, and it just fits the trays beautifully. Look at that. I didn't need any silicone. I didn't need any parchment. They just slide right off. And again, the trays are warm to touch. That is a sign that it is done. They're light, airy, beautiful. I'll bring you back in just a minute. We're all done. I have Nellie turned off. I chose no defrost, turn the machine off. In the morning, I'll take the gasket off, the tray rack, I'll wipe it down, and then I'll also wipe it with vinegar. Do a little research. Some people prefer to use alcohol, but just don't use an abrasive cleaner. You don't want anything that has a strong smell either, because you're gonna be putting food in there. So make sure it's food safe, but do clean it out every time. That's really important. The peas look amazing. They're all done. I usually do 3 impulse seals just to make sure that it seals properly. I'll leave these on my table, make sure that they're still firm in the morning to make sure that they're completely dry. That's just something I do. Again, do your research. That comes from dehydrating. Not that you need conditioning time and freeze drying, but I still am at my learning curve. I'm not completely there. This was my 82nd batch in our freeze dryer since July. So I'm just making sure I'm comfortable with it. So make sure you look at the playlist down below. Thank you, Natasha from The Budget Preppers, for putting this collaboration together. It's phenomenal. There is going to be a drawing at the end of the collaboration. So make sure you go and watch every single video and make a comment. But until next time, make sure you're preserving your food.